Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Barbie Dolls of the Week. This week we've got some new dolls to talk about and a couple that aren't so new, but they're all new to me, if that makes any sense. So let's start with a new series that I discovered on eBay and really like, at least the two that I've gotten so far, and I'm just checking here for the date. I think they're from 2000 and I'm correct. So these are called, and I was not familiar with these. I hadn't seen them on um, anything before until I saw them on eBay. I was just not familiar with these. This is not a time that I was actively collecting Barbie, so that's why. But anyway, they're called Picture Pockets, as far as the series of Barbie and her friends. And they're kind of interesting. It's punch out pictures. They're flower shaped, and you can put them in the pockets on the doll's dress or top and skirt, actually. So here's the first one, and that's Kira, the Picture Pockets Kira doll, which I love my Asian dolls. And of course, Kira and Nico are, Nico, Miko, I always forget. Nico were the ones for so many years. So she's in the green outfit, and you can see the picture of the dog there. That's kind of cute on the front. By the way, here's the back, and it shows all four of the members of this set. Of course, Barbie, Teresa, Kira, and Christie. And I have two of the four at this point. I don't know if I'm going to get the other two. But yeah, I saw this and I just thought, oh, she's really cute. Let me see if I can get a closer picture of her face there. So that's Kira. And then the other one that I got was Christy. I love her two ponytails that she's got, and she's in an orange outfit, just like the other one, and it does have some green on it. This one's green with some pink on it, so they all kind of tie in together. Teresa is in blue with pink and some yellow, and then Barbie, of course, is in pink with blue and green. So pretty typical. But this is Christy, and she's pretty. I like the face on this one and her hair. Not exactly the biggest smile. Same back of the box here. So I'd be curious to see what you guys think of this set, and if you had been familiar with it. It says punch out butterfly shaped pictures with cool punchers. So this one is butterfly shaped, whereas this one was flower shaped. And Barbie has maybe heart shaped, it looks like, and Teresa is star shaped. Yeah, that's what's on here at the bottom. So it says each doll has her own punch shape and comes with perforated picture strips and portfolio. And usually, there's something that the child can do as well, and I guess, for themselves. But in this case, I'm not seeing that. It's just what they are doing for her. So what they're doing is they're punching out these pictures and they're putting them in the little pockets on the dress, which you can see better on the back, and it's got about 4 on each doll, unless there's some on the back, which I highly doubt. So again, this is the Picture Pockets dolls. And by the way, here's like, for instance, the shape of the butterfly, if you hadn't seen that yet. And this one has the flower, which is right here on the box instead of down at the bottom. Because actually, if you look at these two together, the boxes do look somewhat different, because the Kira does not have the part at the bottom that Christie does. So that's kind of interesting, that difference. I'm just trying to see. Yeah, they're both dated the same year, so I don't think there's two different sets like what I found with my Hollywood nails, where they were from different sets of the same dolls, but two different sets. The other two dolls that I got recently, I want to show you through eBay auctions, and this one is from Avon, and I think I have a few Avon related Barbies. They did Barbies for some years. Special edition Winter Rhapsody. It says second in a series. I'm not exactly sure what they mean by that. If maybe it was a seasonal series, or I know there was a Caucasian and this is the African American. I don't think that's what they mean by second. So anyway, let me show you the box. First of all, it's got some, denting or warping on the box, but that's really no big. By the way, I got this for just, I think it was $2.50. So $2.50, I don't care. The box is not great. I may end up taking her out of the box anyway. So this is what the doll looks like. She's a Christie type doll, or it doesn't say Christie, but that's who I would refer to her as, or African American Barbie, whichever you prefer. But I prefer Christie. Therefore, she has her own identity. So this doll is from, let me just double check here, 1996, I believe it says. Kind of hard to read. Yeah, I like this. I've seen the white one, and I can't remember if there was a brunette of the Caucasian version or not. I kind of think there was. So I don't know. What do you guys think of this doll? Do you like her outfit? Sometimes I think the outfit, and this is pretty nice, but I mean, for $2.50, gosh, it's a brand new doll in a box with the outfit. And that's something, by the way, I wanted to briefly touch on is sometimes the outfit, I know one of the guys that I watch regularly on YouTube who also does Barbie videos, Dan's Plastic Dreams, who I really recommend and love his videos. He a lot of times, sometimes he buys dolls just for the outfit, and maybe uses the doll's body for something, or donates it, or gives it to his niece. Just a lot of different things. But if he gets a doll, like I watched one of his videos today, and if he gets a doll that's a nude doll from obviously a used a seller who's selling a used lot of dolls, sometimes it's just the jewelry, the hair, or I mean the head, just different parts. So in other words, it's worth it sometimes to buy a doll. In this case, I think this doll is great as is, and I like the outfit. But even if I guess what I'm trying to say is, even if I didn't like the doll, the outfit alone would be well worth $3 or $2.50, whatever it was I ended up paying. So yeah, really good deal, and I think she's a beautiful doll. And as you know, I really like African American and Asian dolls, so these are adding to my collection there. And speaking of an African American doll, I don't believe I've ever had this doll. I've certainly had his Caucasian counterpart, and also I recently got his female counterpart. So this is Dream Glow Ken, which is a great doll from the 80s. And I've always loved the Dream Glow set, especially I really like the Ken dolls tuxes and this sort of powder gray or silvery look. Here's a picture on the back of him with the African American Barbie at the time, and I have her out of the box behind me. You can't really see her right now, but she is back there, believe me. And of course, these did have a glow in the dark effect. It says glamorous by day, glowing at night. And the price tag, by the way, this doll went on clearance at the time for $9.96. I think I paid about $12 for him, so not a bad deal, or maybe it was $11.50, something like that. But just to give you a closer look at the doll, he's got a little bit bigger afro kind of hairdo than maybe some of the other ones of the time. Unfortunately, it's not, it is molded hair. To me, that really isn't a problem. That doesn't bother me. I was so used to molded hair when I first started collecting Barbie and Ken that the fact that it is doesn't bother me. I know a lot of people really much prefer the real hair, or whatever they call it, the hair that you can brush. on a doll, and with the female dolls, of course. But the male dolls, that just really never was a big issue for me. So, with that, I'm going to make it a little shorter than normal tonight. And I want to thank you for watching. And please let me know what you think of these new dolls. Also, oh, wait a minute. One other thing, I did want to answer a few questions that I got. One of the questions is, what's the best deal I ever got on a Barbie? And in this case, it was a PJ, the fashion photo PJ from the late 70s. I got her about a year ago. Now, she's out of the box, but in very good condition and in some of her original outfit, I believe. But I got her for a, quite cheap price. It was part of a 4 or 5 deal, loose dolls, and I can't remember offhand what I paid, but it was pretty cheap. So I would say that's the best deal. Someone also asked, what's the oldest Barbie I have? Well, I do have a Ken doll from, one of the very first Ken dolls, so early 60s. However, most of my dolls are from the 80s, a few from the late 70s, but I have 80s, 90s, and beyond. So, oldest doll would have to be that one. Now, originally the question was oldest Barbie. That would be something from the late 70s, probably like or maybe mid 70s, because I have a Malibu PJ I know that's from the mid 70s. And then somebody asked about special favorite dolls and why. And I would say that some of my favorites are Magic Curl Barbie and Day to Night Barbie from the early 80s, because that's when I started collecting them, and I was just so mesmerized by those dolls. So I would have to say those are two of my very favorites. I also really like Fashion Jeans. Simple and elegant is what that doll is. And I just think it's so early 80s. And let's see, I think there was one other one I was going to mention. Um, I do really like Loving You, Barbie. So those are some of my favorites, and I think the reason why has to be with the fact that that's where I started with Barbie. So wanted to answer those questions, and thanks again for watching.